Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
We've been away. It's been a hell of a year.
Times have been times.
Yes, they have. But thank goodness we're able to get together and share a delicious beer, or at least I think it is. You'll pass judgment here.
I'm going to pass judgment.
This is the last.
I've passed a few other things recently. That's part of the problem.
You get to a certain age. But okay, so
Okay.
So if you remember, I got some cans of fruit puree from the Oregon Fruit Company a while back. And this beer, the last one that I was going to use is this passion fruit puree. And I was going to use it on a kettle soured beer, which I had all kinds of problems with. And if you listen to Basic Brewing Radio, you know, because I talked about it a lot. But it's on track, but it's not ready. So what I wanted to do was to use this pilgrimage yeast from Imperial Organic Yeast, which is a lager yeast. This is a great time to do lagers here in this part of the country.
Yep.
So this is a pilgrimage passion fruit puree Pilsner.
Always avoid alliteration.
There's lots of P's in this beer. You make your own joke. Okay, so the base beer itself is really simple. Into 8 gallons or 30 liters of water at 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 65 C, I put 10 pounds or 4.5 kilograms of Pilsner malt. And I mashed at 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 65 degrees Celsius for 90 minutes. I collected my wort and did a 60-minute boil with 1 ounce or 28 grams of Hallertau Tradition at 6.1% alpha acid for 60 minutes. The boil was 60 minutes. Then I chilled down to 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 15.6 C, because that's what my basement was at that time.
Yep.
And I pitched a packet of L26 Pilgrimage. Now, I left that in the basement. The next morning, boy, the Pilgrimage was really doing its job. On the 4th day of fermentation, I brought it upstairs because the fermentation was slowing down. I wanted to do a diacetyl rest, and at the same time, I added the 3-pound can of the passion fruit puree. And then on the 9th day after brewing, I kegged it. It was done fermenting. Now, without the passion fruit puree, it started out at 1050, ended at 1008 for an ABV of 5.5%. The passion fruit, it's really hard to say. The puree surely added some alcohol, but probably not a lot.
Right.
So anyway, that's it. The base beer was really nice and clean and delicious, which is what this Pilgrimage is known for. But I wanted to, and all the other cans of this puree stuff have been adding to the keg. And we've been drinking it unfermented because it's been cold in the keg and the yeast hasn't been able to work on it. This is the first one that we've done where there's actual fermentation involved. So it'd be interesting to see, cheers, how it affects the fruit character.
Well, that's really good. But wow, I really get the fruit.
Yeah,
I really get it.
there's
It's a little tart. Which passion fruit is tart.
Yes.
I learned that from the Great British Baking Show.
there you go.
I mean, they're using passion fruit everywhere.
And I think it looks like a messy fruit to deal with
It looks a little
in its raw form. Yeah. There's a sweetness in this beer, but there's also that tartness as well. In fact, when I first tasted it, when it first started, being conditioned well in the keg, I thought it tasted a lot like a sweet tart candy.
Yeah.
It's about that level of tartness.
Yeah. There's a nice acidity to it. The Tradition hop is beautiful. Just the lightness of the beer. It's a good base beer to do this with, say, as opposed to, I don't know, a stout or something. But wow, good job. I mean, that's delicious, and that's a really good fruit beer.
Yeah,
That's a really good fruit beer.
yeah. I mean, you think of fruit as being sweet, but this passion fruit, you're right, it's tart. So it's like having, it's about the level of like a kettle soured beer. Most of my kettle soured beers are around that tartness, maybe a little lighter.
A little light. It doesn't have a ever so slightly vinegariness to it.
Say it does not?
Does not.
Okay.
meaning the truly true soured beers always have just a little, I mean this in a good way. I'm not trying to say, oh, it's vinegar, but they have just that little kind of vinegar kick. This is different. It's just tart fruit. This is different, and I really like it that the hops don't jump out at me. So I can't remember what you said the ABV or the
It's just the
IBUs were or anything like
well,
that.
6.1% alpha acid at 60 minutes. So you're getting just a nice layer of bitterness. Not a whole lot of flavor, you wouldn't think.
Just enough to hold it in balance, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it would pair well with a kind of rich dessert, maybe.
Oh yeah, I think it definitely would.
To kind of, since there's a little bit of the tartness, there's a teeny bit of astringency from the tartness. If you had like a carrot cake, is one that, or like a pumpkin pie.
A mango pavlova.
I saw her skate this year.
She was brilliant. She was brilliant.
Too bad there was all that controversy around
I know.
the mango pavlova.
Well, she's a tart little thing.
Can we say that?
I don't see why not. I think that's safe.
Anyway, I think I've been wanting to use this passion fruit puree for a long time, and I'm glad that I chose this beer rather than the kettle sour. I think if I had put this in the kettle soured beer, it would be too tart. I think that it would have pushed it over the line, and it just would have been tartness on top of tartness, and I think it would have been too much.
It's an interesting flavor. It's funny that we're talking more about the passion fruit than the beer. Because I do think that the fruit flavor of the beer really predominates. I mean, it's really noticeable.
Yeah.
And I don't guess I've made all that many fruit beers in my life, but I've made a few. And sometimes the fruit gets lost.
Yeah.
Or it's like, well, yes, I can taste the mango. Or
Right,
it's like
right.
This you really know this is a fruit beer.
Right.
But it's not sweet. It's not goopy gloppy. It's not somebody's really bad blueberry wheat beer that they made. It's like, why did you do that? And I'm talking to you, commercial brewer that I just went to the other day.
Served. Isn't that what they say?
Sir, you've been served. But I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want to be mean.
Good for you.
At any rate, this is good. Good job.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
It's good to be anywhere. My age.
Yes, right. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Come and visit us online at basicbrewing.com. You can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on homebrewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer.
I almost broke into a hair song. You said glitty glop gloopy.
Glitty glop gloopy. Hi, Susan.